Good morning, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah. I'm a new high school teacher and this is my classroom. So I got the keys last week and we came in for one day of cleaning and I'm back today for day 2 of cleaning my classroom. So I just wanted to have like a little update right here at the beginning. So I just got my teaching assignment. So I was hired within my school as biology and family and consumer science split. So I'm going on an OFAT because I'm not currently certified to teach either of those classes. And all I need to do is this summer take the praxis for family and consumer science and upload my transcript from college proving I graduated in biology and I took over a certain amount of hours in the class, and I'll be able to teach biology at that point. But so I went in accepting this position knowing I could be teaching biology and I could be teaching family and consumer science. It could have been all biology, it could have been all family and consumer science, it could have been a split because they didn't know what the numbers looked like, and that was fine. And I really wanted to get into this school, so I accepted the position even with the not fully knowing. They called me today and was like, hey, we don't have you teaching any family and consumer science. We had you down as food and nutrition. And I was like, food and nutrition? Like, where is this class coming from? But you can teach food and nutrition if you are certified in biology or if you're certified in family and consumer science. So they were having that as the in-between class for me that I could be teaching. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't know that. That's cool. You know, I'm cool with that, but I didn't know. So I got a call this morning telling me officially what I'm teaching for next year. So next year, I will have 1 family consumer science block, and I'm gonna have 2 food and nutrition blocks. So if you don't know, family consumer science is like an introductory course of multiple topics. We talk about child development, food and nutrition, we talk about sewing. So we cover a lot of different topics within family consumer science. And then if you're like, oh my gosh, I really love the child and development unit, then you can go take child and development as a full credit course. And that is the equivalent of food and nutrition. So I'm teaching family and consumer science that has a shortened food and nutrition course within it. And then I'm also teaching the full food and nutrition class as well. So I will have 2 food and nutrition courses, 1 family and consumer science block. And my school, we do a block schedule, so it's called a 4x4 block. The students take 4 classes from August to December, and they get the full credit by the end of that 4 months. And then same thing in January, they come back and they get 4 new classes, and at the end of May, they get the full credit. So it's basically a form of like college semesters is what our school does. I have 1 family consumer science, 2 food and nutrition, and then I'm off for 1 of the blocks. And I don't know which planning period is my planning period yet. It's either going to be the 1st or 3rd block. Part of me hopes it's 1st because I'm not really a morning person, and my school starts early compared to last year. Last year I did not have kids in my classroom until 8:30 in the morning. Here they're in my class for like 7:20. But oh, I didn't even tell y'all. Since I know that I'm teaching food and nutrition now, I went and spoke to one of the other teachers, and she was able to give me one of the textbooks. She said we're actually getting brand new ones for this coming August, but it's nice to have at least this one so I can look at what's expected of the course, of what they learn about. I have to get ServSafe food handling. I have to be certified in this, and then all my students have to become certified in this before we're allowed to do any cooking. So anyways, welcome back. Today is another day of cleaning my classroom. I am alone today, which is fine. I'm very thankful for the help I do get, but it's obviously not expected. So I'm gonna be in here bop into some tunes. I'm gonna put on something on my new line board and get to prepping the walls for paint. I'm also gonna go walk y'all over to the kitchen so y'all can see where my classes will go for cooking. So my classroom is strictly for when we're doing like notes and tests in here, and then when we're doing labs and such, we're gonna go to the kitchen to be able to cook in there. And there's 2 kitchens that I push into to go cook with my class. And since I'm also teaching family consumer science, my kids have to sew with the sewing machines for 1 unit. So I just went and put in a request to switch all my desks for tables so that we can at least sew in here without having to push into another room, because it'd be nice just to get some use out of the room that I'm updating and gonna paint and make my little home away from home. So yes, basically I'm gonna go try to find my assistant principal to put in my request for paint, to put in my request for tables, to tell him that my sink is leaking and needs to be fixed so I can use it. I felt like there was one other thing I needed to tell him. So I just pulled off this sticker that was right here, and that's disgusting. So I think I'm going to wrap this. It's just my emergency and intercom system in this box thingamabob. So I think I'm gonna wrap this in like some contact paper. I think I'm also going to wrap my sink in the contact paper like that. So that and this will both be wrapped in it. So, and then let's see. I was kind of thinking moving this one here, like that, maybe, because, so I just turned y'all, I was just holding it there. This was on this wall, it was right here, like that, but I love my mirror to be right here, so that the kids can check themselves out on their way out of the room. But it's also like, with it lined up here, no kids can be staring at themselves like during class time, versus if a mirror was on this wall right here, they'd just be looking at themselves the whole time. We don't want that. So I think that board may go there. It could also go on the other side of it though. I don't know yet. I'm still debating if I want my desk up here in the front of the room or if I want it in the back of the room. So I just showed y'all the before. I just sprayed it with this, and look, all I did was spray it and you can see the lines coming down of the dirt. My mom said this stuff was magical and she was not lying. Oh my gosh, look at that. So I'm gonna scrub this and see how clean I can get it. So a little update. I scraped the wall. I have my board completely clean now, and this part completely clean. This was disgusting. But so my board's clean, this wall is clean, and I've got all the stuff off of this one to have it wrapped. So we are now 2 out of 4 walls done. Yep. And I'm starting to get hungry because it's 11:45. So I told y'all that I'm officially taking on 2 food and nutrition classes, which has a lot more time in the kitchen than family consumer science. So let me give y'all a quick tour of the kitchens. I will not be in here permanently. I will just push into these rooms for when it's time to cook. So but y'all will probably be seeing these rooms when it's a lab day. So let me turn y'all in. So when you enter, there are 5 little kitchen stations. Each station has its own fridge and oven, and then drawers all labeled with what they need. A sink and a microwave. So basically, when it's time to cook, we'll come in here and use the kitchen, but if we're doing anything else, we're gonna be in my room. So this is the first kitchen that my classes will be using. And if we go next door, here is the second kitchen. So this one is the more industrial kitchen that the Pro Start classes use. But so this is where all their equipment is versus in drawers next to them. So yes. So one of my food nutrition classes will be in here when it's time to cook, because there will be another class in the home style kitchen. And then when there's a class in here, I'm in that one. So yeah. So both kitchens, the home kitchen and the industrial Pro Start kitchen, are in the 100 wing. And my classroom, so my home base, is in the 300 wing. So I'm close, but also a little farther from the kitchens, which is fine, because my end goal is to hopefully go back into being full science, but I may love being an elective teacher, so we'll see. We're going in open this year. I haven't even wanted to start thinking about this closet yet, because there's just so much. Some of this stuff is the teachers whose room this was before, so I need to go move it to his new classroom, or ask a custodian to help me do it. His new classroom's in the 200 wing, and that wall is still being waxed and stuff, so I'm just leaving it as be. The same thing with his baseball bat and chair. He said he didn't own a lot. He told me the only things he cared about is his chair and baseball bat and his clicker for the TV. So, but yeah, so this is his pile of stuff right here. I have to see if his new room has a printer. If not, he requested for the printer to follow him. And then this is his chair and stuff. So yeah, I don't even want to think about dealing with all this yet. I just mentally, I am not there. So I got this wall and my front wall completely ready for painting, and I've hit a little bit of a rut of cleaning is not fun, especially by yourself. So I am calling it done in the classroom for today. I think I'm gonna go run to get some lunch and then maybe go into like Hobby Lobby, because I've been seeing everywhere them posting about the teacher section stuff that's out right now. So I'm going to maybe go run over there. Yeah, and I put in my request for paint. He said, my assistant principal said it would probably be here right around July 4th or after July 4th, and I'm hoping it's sooner than later, because I really need to paint before kids are here. So yes, that is the end of day 2 cleaning in my classroom. This is not the fun stuff. I can't wait to be able to do the fun stuff, but that just looks so bad. So it needs some love. So that is the end of day 2. I'll see y'all tomorrow.